So now, because the eyes account for 80% of the sensory system. So when you open your eyes, 80% of your battery goes right towards this right away. So your battery goes, and you have only 20% left to operate other things, and 80% goes in perception. It's like when you start looking through a drawer and you're trying to find something and there's a bunch of stuff in that drawer. Okay? The mind is going through all types of stimulus at that point, distinguishing the scissors from the bark, from the wrapper of candy, from the where it could be, to the back corner, to the dust in the back corner, to the few cards that you left, to the refrigerator magnet in there. So all of that is all stimulus coming through. And the mind's capable of processing all that, no problem. But when you're using this sensory system, because it does still take 70% of the power to operate this, we then learn that when you close these, you divert that 70% of the power back into the internal system. This is now called meditation. You see what I mean? So it's to be able to bring the frequency to close off this channel to amplify the frequency that's going on inside, so that basically you would be able to hear your own frequency in your own ear. We've talked about this, like get some earplugs, get in a place quiet, and just listen. Now, some of our frequencies are so strong, we can actually hear them audibly. Some have confused this for tinnitus even at times. There is a condition of tinnitus. But there's another one that is just a high vibratory being. And they can hear this ring. It's just like, even sometimes at night, it's like, it's a little like loud. I'm like, yo, can we turn this down? And I'll show you about how to do that here in a moment. But when your energetic potential is high, which can match with certain things that are happening in the constellation, give me 1 minute. Let me just clear my throat here. So, so we're talking about basically being able to oscillate in your frequencies in your consciousness, but there needs to be awareness that you actually have a frequency is what I'm getting at here. Because some may say, well, shoot, I mean, maybe I need to level up a little bit more, or maybe he's talking about something that, you know, I need to eat a bunch of supplements to be able to have. We all have it, just like we all dream. It's just whether you're sensitive enough to it. What is a way to train yourself? Tuning forks. If you can't hear any frequency in your ear at all, like if you put the ear, if you put the things in your ear to close your ear canal, right? The earplugs, and then you're listening in a closed environment with no noise and you can't hear anything, it means that that actual thing inside of your ear, the vibratory thing that they made the speaker do, the voice coil, it needs a workout. It needs probably to even be healed if you've been listening to loud music a lot. What you do is you take then a tuning fork and you hit that tuning fork and get a 528 hertz tuning fork. You hit that tuning fork, 432 hertz, and you just listen to it until you can't hear it anymore. And you do that again until you can't hear it anymore. And what happens is that as you're tuning your mind back into hearing until it stops, your mind starts stretching all the way into reinvigorating that field of frequency and wavelength in your perception to it, because it's always making noise. A tuning fork over there in the room right now, even if it's laying on something, is making noise. Sometimes if you get a stethoscope, you put the stethoscope in and you put it over the tuning fork, it's making noise, even though nobody has hit it in a few days. And this, of course, is because the whole thing is a vibratory field, and becoming a sensitive allows you to perceive these frequencies and how they're moving around. And since they're the language of life, one is able to really understand what's going on around them. It's not always just predicting the future. It's being able to tap deeper into the present.